If you're a service member and you're looking to leverage your VA home loan benefits, you came to the right place. And as your realtor, I want to show you some insider secrets if you stay to the end of the video. I'm going to give you some insider secrets on how you can buy a brand new construction home with zero down and zero closing costs. I'm going to give you every secret that I did if you stay to the end of the video. But this video specifically is going to go over what the VA home loan is and how you can use it when purchasing a residential home here in the United States. So here we go. I'm going to go over some specific terms to specific things within the VA loan process from start to finish. What's up, guys? My name is Chris Caggiano with eXp Realty. So without further ado, let's dive in. So if you don't understand something, go back to my channel. I'm going to start a series from the very first moment, from start to closing. What you need to know about VA loans in depth. They're going to be a specific series, usually 1 to 2 minute video segments. So if you don't know what earnest money deposit is, commonly called EMD, or what the VA funding fee is, don't worry, don't get confused. There'll be more videos about these topics. So check out the YouTube channel. I'll be putting videos out explaining it. So tune into my channel or drop me a text at 718-550-8033. or drop me a comment below and I'll get right back to you. I'd love to hear from you. To start things off, what is the VA? It's the Veteran Department of Affairs. And the VA home loan is going to give you or your spouse some really cool things when it comes to buying a house. And the people that are eligible for this are active duty members, veterans, or spouses that are surviving members from the military. Now, there are a bunch of different benefits like no down payment, lower interest rates, no prepayment penalty, and no PMI. Super easy eligibility criteria, and there are so many flexible guidelines, so stay tuned for this. So the first document you're going to need is the DD-214. Once you have the DD-214, you can apply for the Certificate of Eligibility, also known as COE. Now the COE will tell you that you have eligible benefits for a VA loan. You can go to the VA link in the description to make sure you get the process started in obtaining your COE. The COE is definitely needed to start the qualification process. There are a few things for a veteran. You need to have served 181 days of peacetime or 90 days overseas in a combat zone. In quote, it says wartime. If you're in a combat zone, same thing, 90 days. Check off the box, we're off to the races. Also, let's say you weren't active. Let's say you're a reservist or you're in the National Guard. However, if you're in the National Guard, you're probably going to rack up those 181 days with everything that you're going to do there. This section specifically for reservists. You need 6 years for active reserve or you're retired. Out of the reserves, you need at least 6 years to build that COE, Certificate of Eligibility. But if you're a surviving spouse of that veteran or family member, there are a few things you need to know to see if you qualify for that VA loan. There are actually 4 things. Were they missing in action or are reserved, or killed in action, or pass away due to a service-connected disability? And if so, you'll be able to qualify for that VA loan. And again, there are 4 ways you can qualify for that VA home loan. You can mail it in, you can file online yourself, you can call a phone number, but really the easiest way is to contact your lender. Mortgage broker, mortgage banker, local lender, they will start the process to get your Certificate of Eligibility so you can get qualified for your VA home loan. So really, the first step is to contact your lender. If you start looking at homes, especially in today's market, you want to be prepared so you don't give yourself any heartbreak. You want to be prepared for the thing that you're about to do. The crazy thing called home ownership. Maybe you already own a home. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're a first-time home buyer using your VA loan benefits, oh, okay, pump the brake. Because if I could go back in time, I know I bought my house some time ago, I wouldn't give this thing up for the world. But if I'm single and I wasn't married, this is exactly what I would have done. I would have taken my time. I would have pumped the brakes and I would have leveraged this thing for maximum cash flow potential. I would have found a fourplex like my apartment. I would have rented out the other 3 units and those tenants would pay my mortgage, so I am cash flow positive at the end of the month. So I could have leveraged no money down, no money out of pocket, and not have to pay rent every single month. So if you don't have a trusted real estate agent in your pocket and you'd like to use me, you can call or text me at 718-550-8033. I would love to help you and your family. So maybe you're not in the New York City area. You can DM, call me, and I will get you in touch with the #1 person in your area so you don't miss out on this opportunity. Leverage the VA home loan for a maximum amount of cash flow so you don't miss out on this financial opportunity for you and your family. So how does the VA loan work here? Real quick. So the veteran or the Department of Veteran Affairs, what they do is they back the home loan. So for example, you buy a house and you don't make your payment. You better make your payment, you better make your payment, better make your payment. Don't ruin your credit score, okay? Don't go down that route. Please promise me to pay. Please make your payments on time. But for some reason, if you're not going to make the payments or somebody else doesn't make the payments, the VA loan is going to cover those back payments, which gives the lender the ability to get you a home loan usually more than you can afford. So don't buy more house than you can afford because you got to pay your payments. And this loan gives you the ability to have a lower interest rate than a conventional loan. So make sure you make your payments on time. And this gives you the opportunity to use your VA home loan benefits, which have so many great benefits. So let's dive in real quick to see if you qualify to use it. COE, credit, income, money, credit score. Let me clarify real quick. I think early in the video I said 6 years for reservists. You have to add that to the National Guard as well, unless you were active duty transitioning to the National Guard. Let's talk about credit score real quick. As of right now, you have to have a 620 credit score or above. If you don't have that 620 credit score, don't worry, don't freak out. Check with your local lender in your area, mortgage broker. Your lender in your area most likely has a mortgage department and you can get all the services that you need. Sit down with them, go over your finances, explain to them what you're trying to do, make sure you can access your VA home loan and get your COE. Make sure your credit score is good, and if not, they can help you with that as well. They are there to help you get the home loan. And here are the maximum loan limits that you can borrow in different counties and cities such as Honolulu, San Francisco, and New York. On a 1 unit in 2024, it is $1,149,000, and on a 4 unit, it is $2,211,000. Be sure to check with your city and your county for the loan limits that you can use for your VA home loan. Let's say you're in Miami. Let's say you're in California in the high end. Let's say you're in New York. They're going to give you, like I said earlier, over $1 million. If it's a fourplex, over $2 million. And if you qualify, you can leverage that money for a VA home loan with 0 down. It's a great product. But guess what? That's the max. If you want to run through this real quick, I have more information. I have a home buyer series on my channel that shows how to use a realtor from start to finish when buying a home. The video is more than a few minutes, and if you have any other questions, I'll be able to answer any of those questions about the home buying process using a trusted realtor. How to search for a home, how to find the right realtor, how much should I put for a down payment, how to find the right mortgage lender, what's the inspection, what's the appraisal, what's the MD. You can check out those, but I'm going to run through these real quick so you don't get stuck on this video all day. But let's start from the beginning, right? The first step is the pre-approval process. What you want to do is you want to get in touch with the #1 loan officer in your area. If you're looking for one in New York, I got you. There are some awesome people in the area that can help you create a budget. So you want to do is you want to sit down with them and go over financially where you are, what your goals are, what your budget is, what you want to spend monthly, and make sure you stick to that. Have them write out a few things. Do not proceed if they're not willing to write you a checklist of what you need based on every detail of where you want to live. If they hit you and say, well, you don't have a house yet that you like, let's wait. Okay, guess what? Where's my phone plugged in? Over there? Go on the internet. Start looking for a home. How much would it cost for this one? And have them print out step by step so you can ensure that this house is a blessing and not a curse. Because if you overpay for a house that you can't afford, I know some of you guys are ballers and have all the cash in the world. Deep down, okay, financial freedom is being able to live and give like nobody. And also, don't get bogged down on a mortgage payment that is too much house, okay? Leverage that income, build wealth so you don't have distress. If you're in a situation right now and you're using your VA home loan benefits for the very first time, get with a lender that you can trust that will give you all the data and all the numbers so you can make an informed decision. To ensure you're being smart throughout the whole process, you're probably thinking, oh, my mortgage payment might be around $1,700 a month. What about the appraisal that you're going to pay for? What about the home inspection that you're going to pay for? What about the closing costs? When all these things start to be added together, what about the home insurance? What about the state and county taxes? What about school taxes? What about home insurance? Then you find out that you're in a situation where your mortgage payment could go up $500 to $1,000 a month or more. Also, it's so important to know before you owe. Know all of the details before you owe any money and close on that home. Make sure you find a lender in your area and get a quote so you can figure this out. Ask yourself a few questions. Am I getting enough help? Is this going to be a smart financial decision for my family and I? Step 2. Definitely find a real estate agent that can help you navigate the market. Here's the deal. If you buy a house in the state of New York, the seller will pay the buyer's closing costs 99% of the time. But with the recent NAR settlement, things are about to change over the summer. And for more information on that, look at my YouTube channel for the NAR settlement video. So essentially, you're getting free representation. However, make sure you get in touch with somebody that knows VA loans inside and out. Does the house qualify for a VA home loan? What are the terms? How long will I have to pay it back? You can run into a situation where you pay for a home inspection, you put your earnest money deposit down, and then you wait a week, and then you find out that the house isn't qualified. You ask the seller to make those updates and repairs, and guess what? You paid for the home inspection, the seller doesn't have the money to make repairs, and now you're out that money. And now you have to start that journey all over again. You've already made the emotional decision to buy the home of your dreams. Don't do it. Get with somebody who knows what they're talking about and can get you on the right path of success. That's the point. Let's say you find the home of your dreams. You need to make sure you go in and negotiate, okay? This is your time to shine. And if you have a great realtor behind you, that will go and work hard for you. So when it comes time for negotiation, this is a huge part of the process. Let me tell you a little something about what's going on. The market for builders, and please don't get mad at me and let me sell your homes, builders' backs are against the wall. A lot of crazy stuff is going on in the news right now, especially with interest rates, and really it's about banks and how much they're willing to lend builders to finish their projects. There are homes that are halfway done in the neighborhood, ran up, half done, half done, half done. Have to have them concrete, slap, slap, slap. The situation that occurred for some builders is that the banks didn't give them enough money to finish the project. So they actually need the money from your deposit and your loan so they can actually finish other projects. So there are some builders that are okay right now, and you could actually ask them to help pay your closing costs. Let's say you ask them for $10,000, okay? That will help you pay your closing costs. So you can actually get into new construction with zero out of pocket. And of course, there's the VA funding fee and other things like that. If you're a veteran and you're 30% disabled, you are exempt from paying the VA funding fee. It could go from, correct me if I'm wrong, 1.4% to 3.6%, depending upon how many times you use your VA home loan benefit. You always have to check what benefits you have for your VA home loan. What this means is if you're 30% disabled, you can get into a new construction home in the springtime of 2024, and you could have the builder pay all of your closing costs and get into a home that is most likely at fair market value for the appraisal. You're going to find out, because you're going to pay for the appraisal, and you're going to find out that you're saving thousands and thousands of dollars that you can keep in your bank account. That's the thing with new construction in this area. You can actually offer the price of the home that it's being offered at. Heard that that's actually what it's going to appraise at. So you can actually have your real estate pull the comps, the comparative market analysis, to make sure that the price is right. And also, you can play around with the closing date. A little bit different negotiations here. Again, if you're in a situation here, just shoot me a text. I'll give you everything you need to know. I got to keep this rolling. I don't want to keep you guys here all day. But let's say it's not a new construction home. You want to be able to negotiate everything like that. If it is a VA qualified home and there's certain things going on in the marketplace, depending upon where you live, you want to make sure that the house is priced right. There's different tactics. You need to sit down with your realtor and make sure you're getting the best deal that you possibly can. Have that sit down meeting. Ask deep, detailed questions and ask the realtor how to buy a home using a realtor. I go step by step and ask the questions you need to ask your real estate agent during the process. You interviewed them. You're the employer. They're the employee. Make sure you ask good questions. Now let's get into the appraisal and the home inspection here real quick. So what's going to happen, if it's a pre-owned home, you need to go get a home inspection. And then if everything goes okay, in New York, you have about 5 or 10 days for due diligence period. And then after that, if everything's good, then you go into contract. This is when you get a home inspection. I know many home inspectors out there. If you need a referral to home inspectors, please contact me at 718-550-8033, and I can put you in touch with several home inspection companies here in New York. I'll throw some links in the description. There's Dad and Daughters Home Inspections and Done Right Home Inspections. You can hit them up. I don't get paid any money for using them. I just refer people that I know that can get the job done to help you check your real estate before you go into contract. And even on new construction, you can find things wrong. Even on new construction, you should 100% get a home inspection, because on new construction, you could find 5 things wrong or 50 things wrong. You never know what's going to be wrong until you have the home inspection. Go out and get a home inspection, and never waive this. It's so important. But when it comes to a pre-owned home, you want to sit down with your real estate agent in person on a Zoom call, and you want to go over everything on the list from your home inspection and see what you want repaired and what you want replaced. And then the major items, whatever they are, that you want repaired or replaced, you sit down, you send an email to your attorney, have a conversation with them, and let them reach out to the other side to find out what they're willing to do and what they're willing not to do. You can have your agent take it to the builder, or you could have your attorney send an email to the buyer's attorney letting them know all these things on the list need to be fixed or replaced. And then when you do your final walkthrough, you can check the box that everything is done, whether it's a new home or a pre-owned home. And let's say everything went well during the walkthrough, everything is good, you're at the closing table, you're getting the keys to your new home or pre-owned home. How exciting, everything went well, your agent was so helpful in the process, you're really excited. This is truly an exciting time. But let's take a step back here for a moment. I know I told you about closing costs, and you can offer the builder to pick up a lot. But let's say it's a pre-owned home. I have seen sometimes in this market, although it's a little bit tough, that you could get seller concessions. And what that means is you can add into the contract that XYZ amount will be to go towards your closing costs, a seller's concession. The nice thing about a VA loan is there are certain fees that you cannot be charged because it's a VA home loan. Real quick, let's talk about refinancing. I remember when the rates were in the 2% range. Now they're in the 6% range, depending upon what you're doing, what your credit score is, what your loan to value is. On a VA home loan, you could do what's called a IRL loan program. Pretty funny, right? Anyway, interest rate reduction loan. That is a loan for a veteran, a VA home loan designed for refinancing for a cash out or refinancing for a rate and term. So yeah, the rates were lower. Moving forward, rates are supposed to be coming down. The Fed is supposed to be cutting rates. So let's see what happens. But if you can buy a home now that's affordable, it's always good to start building equity in a home now versus waiting. There are a lot of different reasons to refinance. A, you could just do a refinance to lower the interest rate. B, you could do a refinance to pay off some other debt, like maybe buy a car or pay off some credit card debt or whatever you just want to take out some equity. You can do that as well. However, I would say work hard, pay for the car, buy it in cash. Don't use your home equity for that, but you could if you want to. Here are some other options. Maybe you want to do an upgrade to the house. Maybe you want to do some home repairs. There's always options when you have a home and you've built equity over the years to refinance for many different reasons. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me and I can put you in touch with the appropriate people. Again, 718-550-8033. DM me, text me. But this is your house, this is your VA loan, this is America. You do what you want to do. I want to be your guide, your resource, your realtor here in New York. If you have any questions, I'm only a phone or a text away, phone call or text away from getting in contact with me. Again, 718-550-8033, your trusted realtor here in New York. But even if you're not here in my local market in New York and you're in a different state entirely, I could put you in touch with a trusted realtor partner in a different state that can help you from A to Z, just like I'm doing here today. If you have any questions and you need help, again, my number is 718-550-8033.